in action. Welcome to Momentum and Mastery, Achieving Success That Lasts. Thank you for joining us, for taking the time out to be with us for this session. Before we get into the program, we will take a moment to pause as we remember our fellow Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Derek Garcia Roll, who was tragically taken from us just last week. LM, could you time that minute for us, please? Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, we have a special, an extra special person amongst us today. I'm not saying that you're all not special, but we have someone super special. And in true District 81 style, we have prepared a little something to welcome her to our district. LM, please go ahead. While we're waiting, we seem to have a little technical difficulty. LM, could you, once you have done the video, could you also share the agenda and the background in the chat for anyone who might want it? Hoping that we can have that video shortly.
Bienvenue dans le district 81, conseillère de région Kim Gibson.
Feliz día. Nanos, Region Advisor Distrito 81, Kim Gibson. Mi nombre es Neida Manuel, director de Área 3 de División A. En el nombre de tu reclutman de División A, cuya papiamiento nos llamamos Bombini.
Bienvenidos al Distrito 81, Asesora Regional Kim Jinson.
Welkom, Region Advisor Kim Gibson. We zijn enthousiast u te mogen ontvangen deze week in District 81. Uw leiderschap, toewijding en passie voor Toastmasters zijn zeer gewaardeerd. Wij zien er naar uit uw bijdrage en leren graag van u.
Warm Caribbean greetings from District 81, the Caribbean Toastmasters Collective, where leadership, communication, and culture unite. On behalf of our District Director, Program Quality Director, Club Growth Director, and the entire District 81 family, I extend a heartfelt welcome to you, distinguished Toastmaster Kim Gibson. We are truly honored to have you with us, and may your time here be both inspiring and memorable as you continue to serve as our region advisor.
Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters. Yes. And distinguished Toastmaster Kim, our heartfelt thanks for joining us. And without further ado, I am going to turn over the first section of our program, which is a panel discussion, The Power of Service. The moderator is our own District Director, Tashi Brown, who needs no introduction. Distinguished Toastmaster Tashi Brown, the virtual lectern is yours. Please
Good
give her a round of applause.
evening. Good evening, District 81 family. Thank you so much, PPD, and welcome, Ari Gibson, to the Caribbean, one of the nicest places that you'll find on the planet. Would you agree? Tonight, we are going to be talking about the succession pipeline. Whether it be at the club level or the district level, it's important for sustainability for the organization. And so we want to really take a moment to discuss, why this is important and why it's relevant, especially since we are going to be needing to double up on that pipeline as our district is going to be going into two directions. And so to start our discussion off, I'm going to have three phenomenal leaders that would have served both at the club and district level, providing their service and commitment truly in a way that is definitely admirable. And our first panelist on the call is our immediate past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Elka Price. And she has definitely been a leader that has demonstrated that degree of calmness, that sweet spirit that makes you wonder, hey, I can be that type of leader too. And we also have a past district director, Pierre Charles Mingo, a leader that demonstrates a spirit of resilience and one who shows up when you have the confidence to say and ask him to show up. And finally, on this list of panelists, we have past Division Director Alicia Chandler, a powerhouse, one who is quite creative and innovative in all that she does. Welcome, leaders, and thank you for being a part of this panel. How are you this evening?
Good
Going
afternoon,
well.
Madam Didi. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing good and nice to see everybody and feel home again.
Awesome, awesome. So I want to start this conversation by starting from a familiar place for each and every one of you. And I want to ask you, what has been the aha moment for you that has convinced you to step up and serve as a district leader? And I'll start with you, IPDD Elka.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Madam R.A. That aha moment. I believe it started when we had an area director visit our club. I knew her as a president, and when I saw the growth within 3 months of serving on the district, serving in the club is different to serving on the district. I saw her confidence grow. I saw her develop strategic plan. How is she going to take the clubs to the next level? But the most important thing is when I saw her confidence. She was a shy person and serving on the area. It's not just giving a speech, it's something for a whole year. And I saw that transformation in her personality. I said, I want that for myself, to be a confident leader. And I said, I'm going to look at that opportunity to serve.
Awesome. So the growth in others was that spark for you. Love it. What about you, PDD Pierre? What was your aha moment?
Thank you, Madam Didi. Thanks, everyone. What was my aha moment to step up to be a district leader? Actually, everything I did in Toastmasters was a result of moments of wonders. When I joined my club, the Bees, I remember the first time I visited the club, I fell in love with the club because I saw somebody leading as Toastmaster of the day. I said, one day I would like to be in this position. I was so amazed by the way that person was acting. So that was one step. And then the first time I get in touch with district leadership is during the district conference in 2015 in Haiti. The first time I was in the conference and I was seeing how district leaders act, how kind they are, how extraordinary the event was, the organization. I said, this is so great. I was just a member for 1 year and I said, one day I should be in this position. And I was amazed, even though I was far, far away from that position because I was just new. But the last moment that really pushed me to be a district leader is after serving as a division director in 2020. In Haiti, it was so hard as division director. We were having social and political unrest in the country, and then COVID-19 hit. It was extremely hard for me for so many reasons. First, our clubs didn't work for like 4 months before COVID, and then COVID came, it made it worse for us. So at that time, I had a team that worked with me so hard. That team inspired me for the way they were committed and for the result that we were able to deliver. I said, despite that hardship, there is so much more to learn beyond the division. So I said, I need to step up and go further, face more hardship, and get more skills from being a leader. So that was the last thing that motivated me to go to the district.
Awesome. So I hear just as IPDD Elka, the growth in others, being able to connect with that, the spark there. And conference, oh my, conference. I hope that point about conference and how it's motivating encourages us to get on board to head over to Jamaica, right? PRA Shirley, what was your aha moment? PDD, the Alicia.
Well, my aha moment came from similar to many of what DTM Alka and DTM Pierre would have mentioned, just seeing how Toastmasters operates. I started my journey as a youth leader, and long before I held any formal role, I was inspired by the organization of Toastmasters, the confidence, the structure, and the support to truly lead with purpose. I remember mentoring many youth leaders and also a speechcraft, and seeing persons so terrified to speak. And after weeks of encouragement, how they delivered their speeches, how they moved the room into complete silence because of how they performed as Toastmasters, I knew that providing my committed service to Gava Club and also to a club that I would have mentored and started, that transformation happening right in front of my eyes, I know I had to step up and do more. Watching students become their best selves, watching persons become bold speakers, and adults rediscovering their voices. In moments like that, I think those were my aha moments. And those were the moments I knew I had to do more and had to face more hardships to be a better leader.
I love that, because students, the young people, are the next set of Toastmasters.
Yes,
So
they
really and
definitely
truly
are.
starting from that place. I love that. I really, really love that. Toastmaster Pierre, I'd like you to share with us a story of a member, perhaps a club, that made the effort of your leadership worthwhile. Because, you talked about the pressures and the challenges, but share a story, whether it be from a member or a club, that made the journey really worth the while.
That is exciting because, as I used to say, the people in Toastmasters, I think this is the biggest motivation for me. The people who surround me. Instead of one member or one club, I got two instances I would like to mention. First, I remember when I was running for CGD, I received text message from like 3 people from the Caribbean, people I didn't know, who told me if there is only one person who's going to vote for you, it's going to be me. That touched me. I didn't know them, but as I used to speak on the district level as a PRM before and as division director, they used to see me. They believe in me. I don't even know the persons. They see something in me. So I said, if one person can say it, there is something meaningful in the job. So I need to continue. But the other people who really motivated me was my team when I was division director. I always mentioned that things were so tense, so difficult. Sometimes, even though we're leaders, we got discouraged also. But there were members of my team who were always there to support, to step up. I remember Chantal Couture, she was helping with education. And Leslie Pou, she was secretary at that time. Stéphanie Rigaud, she was public relations, and Joel Jean-Georges, who was logistics. Those people were amazing. They acted as if they were this division director in their own position. So they took initiative. When I can do something, they go ahead and do. They didn't even wait for me to say, let's do something. I remember we had a big conference. I mean, it wasn't called conference, an activity we had to organize in the north of the country. We called it summit, but it was a conference. My goal as division director at that time was to bring Toastmasters to the province because we were mostly in the capital. I wanted to have a big event to promote Toastmasters and to bring people from the capital to the province. And it was going so well. And at the last minute, things were so bad. And I just gave up. And Chantal Couture stepped up and said, Didi, let's go. We need to go to Cap Haitian to make it done. And when COVID came again, in Haiti, it's so difficult because we don't have internet, electricity. We needed to train people. We were used to internet online meetings. So many members were available, were willing to support. And in the end, at the end of the year, it was such a tremendous success for us. Our clubs get recognized, president distinguished. It was a collective effort. So those people inspired me, and they made me see the beauty in people when you can collaborate, when you have people on who you can rely. So that was a motivation to tell me, so Mengo, yeah, it might be difficult going to the district, it might be scary, but once you have people on who you can rely, things will be lighter and you will achieve amazing things. So those people who supported me when I was division director, they were the force that drove me to go from this division director till a district director. So I'm always grateful for them for the support that they given me at that moment.
Thank you so much for that. Leaders get discouraged too, but it's really and truly that support base that keeps you going. And so, PDVD, Alicia, during that period of discouragement as a leader, which member, which club, really made you realize that this effort was worth the while?
I wouldn't say it was just one member or one particular club. Within Division C, we are very tightly knit and everybody encourages each other. One particular member that stands out, God rest her soul, because she passed away last week, was Toastmaster Maria Clark. And I was president at the time and also division director. And it was becoming, I wouldn't say discouraging because we were going through COVID. So I had to find some creative ways to keep our meetings exciting and also find a way to have our meetings hybrid and get all of the equipment and everything. And every meeting, she always used to message me, Alicia, you're doing such a great job. Keep going. And I never realized that you could have such an impact on so many people. And I think having those messages, now I can look back at them. And I always thank her for her encouragement. Obviously, Toastmasters like DTM, Joy Adamson, DTM, Deborah Phillips, DTM, Beverly Paris, those are the stalwarts in Division C, and they always kept everything together, always pushing you to strive for more. And I think having those, remembering the different things that people say to keep you encouraged, help with keeping you motivated as a leader, especially when we were all going through the COVID era. I think that helped to mold everybody here as a leader, a more strategic leader, because it was something that we've never experienced. So you had to be agile and find
Yeah.
creative ways to keep members motivated.
Yeah. And for those who know you, creativity is definitely one of those things you're excited about.
Yeah.
DVD, IPDD, Elka. In the midst of all the challenging times, feeling discouraged, there are some wins in there. And I'd like you to share with us, what is one of the most valuable professional skill that you have gained as a leader along this long trek of being a leader from the club level all the way to the district level?
There's so many, Didi. Where do I start? I think I probably will start with conflict resolution. Starting from the club, having to resolve conflict within the club, and then taking it all the way up to the district. When we work on conflict resolution in the clubs and also in the district, it makes it so much easier for you to handle it when you go to work. You're dealing with persons who want to stay, and you're trying to have persons stay within the club and resolve these conflicts. And it's a thin line, not pushing people away, but just finding a middle ground and have an even tone to resolve these conflicts within the club. And then when you are going to have to deal with conflict at work, especially if persons do not favor your project and they favor someone's project over yours, and just having the balance to incorporate some of what they have and some of what you have to just bring this project to light. So Toastmasters really has taught me that, moving straight through from the club and to the district. I remember when I was in the club, we serving as the VPE. This is how I thought this should run. And then the president not wanting to have it done that way. These things, solving these issues all the way up to the district, it really, really helps when you go into the workplace.
All right, thank you so much for that real scenario, because conflict resolution definitely is a skill that we can use outside of Toastmasters in the real world. I remember having a conversation with a member an evening, and my son was asking me a question in the background. And the member was like, "You're babysitting." And I responded by saying, "As the parent, I don't think you get to babysit." And then she was like, "You are a parent? Oh my God, how do you do it?" And so I want to start with you, Toastmaster Pierre, to share with us what has been your go-to strategy to prevent burnout? Because in this journey of leadership, there can be so many competing schedules and so many things happening. So what has been your go-to strategy?
Yeah, that is very important for leaders to avoid a burnout. My strategy was, I would resume it into 3 points. First, planning. Second, clear separation of responsibilities. And then delegation. When I plan, I stick to my plan. I set my priorities. So I know what I have to do when I have to do things. So I already know what I have to do. So I don't have to get burned out at a certain point. Clear separation of responsibilities. Let's say I was a district director. We have a PQD, CGD, division director, area director. Everything can be directed to somebody who doesn't need to be me. I remember with division director Alicia, when I was district director, there was a couple of clubs in her division that were struggling and that needed my attention. But she was the division director. She knows the member better than me. She knows the club better than me. So I was in touch with her, asking her what she can do, what we can help her do as a district trio, but she was in charge. She was in the front line to taking care of this. So that was a clear responsibility. And so I don't have to worry too much about it. And as I have delegation, I remember when I was a PQD, we organized so many great events. I got all the credit. I feel so bad for my team. I remember we organized like a mock trial. Esther, division director Esther, that was her idea. That was a great event. So I was just there coordinating, meeting with them, providing resources, but they made it. It was Esther Peterson and uh,
Linda.
Brenda, yes, they organized four great events for the year. It was their job, but as PQD, they say PQD did, but it was a teamwork. So it was so wonderful that we can rely on people who do the job. You provide assistance, advice, resources, and they make it done. So to summarize, I talked a lot. I said planning, delegation, and separation of responsibilities that help you avoid burnout.
Love it. So it's possible to not be burnt out. What about you, Alicia? What is your strategy to prevent burnout?
Now, one of the things that many persons say about me is that I love to work a bit too much. But one of the strategies that I use to prevent burnout was to plan in 3 months. Everything was a plan for 3 months. So I put everything in quarters instead of trying to plan for the entire year. So you plan for the 3 months, you get that completed, you plan for the next 3 months, you get that completed. So you're not overwhelmed by all of the things you had to do. And I think that strategy really worked in my personal career also. That's how I do it. I'm a Toastmasters. I use that strategy to help me get through when I was a district leader, to have everything in quarters. And this always helped because you had your plan for the 3 months, you completed, and within the third month before the next 3 months, you started to plan for the next 3 months. And that helped to keep it fresh, get new ideas, and not think that maybe something that you wanted to do when you looked at January plan for May, something may have happened and you had to change that whole strategy. So that's why having that quarterly strategy works really well to help with burnout, help with keeping the ideas fresh, and also keeping abreast of what's happening within the district, you know, and that really helped my team. And also having a great team working with, that also helps prevent burnout, because once everybody's working, you don't feel as burnt out as people believe it is, the work is. I always say the hardest role in Toastmasters is the VPE. When you get to district level, once you have a good team, easy breezy.
Awesome. I love that, the planning by the quarterly slots, because it really helps you to have a vision as to
And a
where
line.
you fit, and it gives you a line as well, because you
Mhm.
don't need to be thinking about May now so far away and being so intense about it, because that can contribute to how you're feeling. Well, IPDD, okay, I've seen you behind the scenes with lots and lots to do, but then, you show up always with a smile and with that spirit of calmness. So what has allowed you to, be able to prevent burnout and to always show up with that calm demeanor?
I think it's important to know the calendar, the district's calendar. Know when you're going to need to widen the team. Towards the end of the Toastmasters year, you know you're going to need to widen the team and bring on more persons to assist. But you have to take care of yourself. Finding time for yourself, be it an hour, 10 minutes before you start the transition between your day job and then coming to Toastmasters. On the weekend, I find time for myself. It's important for me to be grounded. Either go to the beach and just listen to the waves. It could be for 5-10 minutes, just walk in the sand, or just go outside and just listen to the birds. I sit here and I look out of the tree, out of my window, and there's a mango tree. Sometimes I just stare at it. No music, nothing, just staring at the mango tree. I am not counting the mangoes on there, but it's just to take my eyes away from the computer and be grounded. So it's important for me to be in touch with nature. And this is how I refresh myself to start again.
Absolutely. Groundedness. Love it. And we have 3 minutes to go, so I'm going to give each one of you 1 minute to just share an encouraging word to all of our members on the call, and why they should take up, whether it be club leadership or district leadership opportunities. And I'll start with you, Alicia.
The growth and development that you can gain taking up a district or club leadership is phenomenal. At the club level, leadership is personal, you're hands-on, you're motivating individual members, you're seeing growth up close. At the district level, leadership becomes strategic. You're managing systems, you're guiding leaders who then inspire others. You're also thinking about a long-term vision. How can you make things better? How can you make things more sustainable? You're looking at the organizational growth. So you move from leading people to developing leaders who lead people. A definite shift, immediate shift from impact to multiplied impact. And I would encourage anyone to take up a district role, take up a club role, and you will see how much you can grow as a leader, both in Toastmasters and your personal and career. Take up the role, step up, and step out.
Awesome. Step up and step out. PDD Pierre, what is your motivation?
Yes, I see leadership as something exceptional. I've always stepped up for leadership roles, whether from a club until the district. The difference I see between a club and the district, when in a club, you like managing daily activities, planning meetings, making some phone calls, make sure you have 20 members. But once you go higher, you really feel that you're on a leadership role because you are really leading leaders, making leaders. That was amazing for me. When I have a meeting, I had 11 division directors, I had 57 area directors, and things are difficult, planning, retaining new members. I felt so great being able to lead, to talk to them, to motivate people. So being in that position where people look up to you all the time, they can relate to what you say, and anything you do have an impact on every single member. That is amazing. And that was my goal when I was just a member. I said, anytime I have a chance to see, I don't think that the club meeting should be like this. I step up, be in the position where I need to see the change, and I make it happen. So that was my motto. I did it in my club. I did it in my position as district director. So in a club, you have something to say, be in the position, get it done. And it is so rewarding when you find people who can help you do it. So step up, take responsibility, face challenges, and you will grow certainly as a member, as a professional also.
Thank you. It's always comfortable and easy to look in, but definitely step in and take the mantle. Love it. And the last minute is for you, IPDD Elko. What is your motivation to members to take up leadership roles?
Face the challenge. You cannot grow by staying in the club. You need to move to the next level. You have done your role in the club. Now move to the next level. Take on the area director role and step up the ladder. Do it in stages. When you grow in stages, it is amazing. The Toastmasters program is here for you, and staying in the club is just the beginning. You're helping members there. And when you get to the area, you're working with so many other clubs and the culture, embracing the culture of the entire Caribbean. The networking opportunities is phenomenal. I have an accountability partner. She's in Malaysia, and our relationship will continue. So the power of leading and leading outside continue to grow.
Thank you so much, leaders and members of District 81. For such a time as this, the leadership opportunities, particularly at the district level, is filthy rich as we move into the next season of leadership with needing 2 DDs, 2 PQDs, 2 CGDs, perhaps 20 DVDs, and the list goes on. What a time to really step up and to shine and to allow your potential to really bloom and to unfold. Thank you so much, IPDD Elka, PDD Pierre, and PDVD Alicia for your contributions and for really and truly demonstrating what leadership is like by being vulnerable and authentic in your responses. Let us give some love for our past leaders. Thank you so much once again for your contributions. PQD, Karen, the virtual space is now yours.
Thank you so much, Didi, Tashi, and your powerhouse of a team. We are certainly enthused, motivated, and ready to take it to the next level. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we will move on to the next item on our agenda, which is our keynote address. Our next speaker is someone who embodies the spirit of service, resilience, and growth. She has dedicated nearly 19 years to Toastmasters, serving in leadership roles at every level, including District 44 Director. Today, she supports leaders across the globe as Region 7 Advisor. Professionally, she's a registered nurse and certified case manager who has spent her career helping others navigating life's most challenging moments. Now, in her rewirement, I'm going to adopt that one, she is launching her own education consulting business while continuing to inspire others through her leadership journey. Kim often reminds us that one small step and a single yes to an opportunity can spark transformational change. Please join me in welcoming past District 44 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, and Region 7 Advisor, Kim Gibson, who will be our keynote speaker. Distinguished Toastmaster Kim, the virtual lectern is yours.
Good evening, District 81. It is my honor and privilege to be with you here today. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. I feel like I am home. I feel so confident and relaxed. And after hearing that amazing panel discussion, don't you all feel like you're in the right place in Toastmasters for sure? I'll tell you, I'm here in the United States in the state of Georgia. And I know District 81 spans 29 vibrant countries. And the succession pipeline of leadership is one that counts on generations of leadership to keep excellence in its place from there. Together, we're going to explore a little bit, actually building upon what we've just heard with the panel discussion. Because leadership transforms us. It takes us to another level. And then together, we're going to uncover how that value can flow, not only from yourself as a member in the club, in the area, in the division, in the district, but you're going to find it rippling like waves in an ocean. And it touches so many people who aren't even Toastmasters, but you would never realize that until you have the opportunity to move forward from there. The pipeline begins with you. Each of you. Now, I know we have a virtual room filled with members and maybe even a few guests, but we're just going to do a leadership check-in right now. You can use your virtual hand or your physical hand. Now, if you're a parent, aunt, or uncle, raise your hand. Parent, aunt, or uncle? Do I have any in the house? You've already been leading and saying yes. I know you didn't realize it, but you have. In your community, house of worship, you have the opportunity to lead and say yes. In your place of business, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're working for someone else, or at home trying to relax and figure out what you want to do, you're leading. You have the opportunity to say yes. Each of us said yes to becoming a Toastmaster. Now, that in itself is a leadership move. Your Toastmaster Club has not one, not two, not three, but 7 opportunities as a club officer to lead, learn, and grow. It is the base foundation of leadership in Toastmasters. There are even more opportunities beyond your club, area, division, and district. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But with every single thing that you do, you're learning while doing. Isn't that something in Toastmasters? We're always learning while we're doing the role and getting stronger. And that's where the beauty comes in. You're stepping out of your comfort zone to aspire to a higher calling, leading, and showing other people the example. Leadership is just not a position, it's a progression. And every role that you've led in, co-led in, helped in, prepares you for the next. When we think about succession planning, you're looking to who you can bring along with you, who needs that exposure, the lessons learned, the role model that they could be without even realizing that they have that. The sooner you map out your leadership, the sooner you can achieve your goals, because it's really not if you're going to lead, it's when you're going to lead. I just want you to resonate with that. Your time is here and you're looking for an opportunity and it's all around you. It's all around you every single day, even in your clubs from there. When I think about the personal investment or the return of investment on leadership, many people say, well, what's in it for me? Oh, I'll tell you what's in it for you, a lot. My own personal leadership journey started 19 years ago when someone invited me to their corporate club and I just went in and I joined the immediate same day. I knew I was preparing for a new position with presentations, finalist presentations, always talking. And I'm a painful introvert. There are times I'd rather be behind the scenes working and having other people do it, but there are some times we're called to action where we have to get beyond ourselves. For me, it was moving out of the comfort zone. Toastmasters helped me do that. And being appointed as an area governor, I had to think of the term because it's been so long ago. Now it's area director. I was back in the day when it was called area governor. But I realized I had a village of support around me, with each and every person serving alongside me, and then the club officers that we served. So when we think about confidence, coaching, and influence, that area director position really pushes you out of that comfort zone into learning how to meet other people at their level of leadership, how to have those great conversations and be a sounding board, actually. Because if you listen long enough to a leader, even in a club, they'll figure out the problems and solutions themselves. We're just guides on the side and helping them find their way. When I think about strategic thinking, division director, that's when it really kicks in high gear. You're thinking large and wise. Remember, you're no longer doing, you are supporting and helping other people find their way. When I think of program quality director, club growth director, oh, even public relations manager, there goes innovation and collaboration. You're up so high, you're looking like an eagle over a vast amount of land, trying to figure out what will work. What new thing can we tweak just to get the message a little bit longer and a little bit louder? What are we going to do about speech contests, conferences, and every other educational thing that you could put together and maintain our membership and grow our membership? It takes a lot of strategic thinking, collaboration, and innovation. And then once you have that all together, you can look back as district director and look at the legacy that yourself, immediate past DDs, past district directors, and all of your trios have poured into District 81. And all it took was for you to just say yes. The opportunity presented itself and you said yes. For those who are still thinking about the opportunity, what would you gain from saying yes? a heck of a lot more than what you would if you said nothing. It's reaching out of your comfort zone that makes all the difference from there. You remind me talking about the ripples in an ocean. Your personal growth as a member, that's where it starts. And every skill that you learn in Toastmasters, it's not meant to keep in a little ball inside your club. You've got to bring it out. You have got to share what you know, because there comes your personal and professional growth. And this is the safe space to practice all that, and even leadership. We go from personal growth that makes the club strong. Club officers, you know that feeling when you're hitting those goals. You know the feeling when someone who is shy is actually giving a speech, helping them grow. And then the club success, I have it strengthening the district, but think about the parts in between. Your area gets strong, your division gets strong. All of that domino effect leads into the district and its success. And districts thrive when every single leader is fully engaged. I'm not talking about just at the tippy top. Club officers, area directors, every committee leader that you have, co-leader, co-chairs. It doesn't make a difference what you're doing, you're leading and you're making a difference. And when we're all fully engaged, it just makes things that much sweeter. So it all starts with you. You're the core center as a member. And when you take that deeper dive into leadership, you gain so many skills. Leadership is like a continuum. One role just builds upon another. You take those skills that were talked about during the panel discussion. Conflict resolution is still running through my mind because we can use that everywhere and elsewhere. Also, crucial conversations. Don't let a moment go by too long when you're trying to talk to someone and they can't hear you. But when I think you've reached your personal goals, you have to step out of your comfort zone. We're all very comfortable, but you don't grow if you're that comfortable. I took the scenic route in my leadership journey. I wanted to do every single role that I could think of that would give me a really wealth of information and help me go from one level to another. It's enough to have the club mission statement. It's enough to have the district mission. But when you feel the growth and others notice you, and here in Toastmasters, remember, it's a safe place to fail, pick yourself back up, and try again, and then see the difference and someone's calling you to attention like they notice something different in you. This is all where it begins. But staying in the club is wonderful, but grow. Say yes to area director, division director, senior leadership teams. We need your innovation. We need your thought process. We need your collaboration skills. From potential to legacy, there are 5 things that come into key. Your membership, it's the key and the ticket to get you out of your comfort zone. And as you go forward, realize you're mentoring others. You're a role model, each of you sitting here in this room. Not only the past leaders who've done an amazing job taking a team and helping them help themselves as well as the clubs. You're bringing members along with you along the journey. And that's what makes a huge difference too. Don't keep it all to yourself. If you're a chair of something in a club contest for the district or even conference, don't you need a co-chair? Don't you need members to join your committee? How do you think people get a taste of everything the panel talked about earlier? The growth, development, the joy, the successes, and the wonders. Ask for opportunities. And if you don't know, everyone in this room who has served can tell you where there's an opportunity to lead and to grow. And then take every opportunity to recognize and celebrate every single win that you have from there. The call to lead begins with you, each of you. The succession plan has been talked about this evening. It's all about leadership and the generation going forward who can take these time-held truths that to lead is to tell your truth and to sustain excellence, as District 81 is well known for, and to take it, as Dee Tasha was talking about, into a vast majority of roles that will need to be filled, and we need you. You're fueling not a role, but you're fueling a purpose of leadership that you can take every skill and use it external in your personal and professional life. From there, we're just talking about building bridges from one thing to another. It's leadership in Toastmasters, and it's going to be that bridge that's going to take you from potential to achievement. And when you think back and look back, each of you, over the course of actions that you've taken to get to your unique journey, and I know that everybody didn't start with the same reason. However, look how much you've grown, even in a club. And when you think about the next opportunity to lead and it knocks on your door, just say yes. Madam PQD?
Thank you so much, Madam R.A. I would imagine there might be questions. We can take some questions now, I think, based on the timing. Am I right? Actually, no. We're right on time. Thank you so much. A round of applause for our region advisor. And remember that she's going to be with us and she's someone who's very, very approachable. So don't hesitate to reach out to her if you need more information. I am so inspired by that presentation. At this time, we will move into the vote of thanks, and I invite our Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Natalie Lobato, to the virtual lectern. DTM Natalie?
Thank you, Madam PQD. As we draw this remarkable session to a close, it's my privilege to extend a sincere vote of thanks in the 5 languages spoken in our district. To our region advisor, Distinguished Toastmaster Kim, merci beaucoup for your very inspiring keynote. Your words have not only illuminated our path as leaders and communicators, but you have also reminded us of the greater purpose behind our Toastmaster journey. Just say yes. To our panelists, Distinguished Toastmasters Elka, Pierre, and Alicia, Mashadanki, for your thoughtful insight, honest reflection, and engaging dialogue. Muchas gracias to our moderator, Distinguished Toastmaster Tashi. Your skillful facilitation brought clarity and cohesion to the conversation. To our tech team and our chair, Madam PQD Coren, hartelijk bedankt for your efforts behind the scenes. And last but not least, to our audience, thank you for showing up, leaning in, and making this experience meaningful. Let us carry forward the inspiration we have received today and continue to lead, speak, and serve the Toastmasters way. Thank you all. Back to you, Madam PQD Coren.
Thank you so much, CGD. Let us continue to speak and to lead. Fellow Toastmasters, as we close, please do remember that the opportunities are there. You will shortly be hearing about the nomination process for district leadership. And I look forward to hearing that some of you, several of you, have said yes. Because we need you. We need you. District 81 might not be District 81 next year, but we have a powerful legacy that we must take into the 2 districts that we are forming. In fact, this is a testimony to what we've achieved and the strength that we have achieved over these past years. If you feel that you're not quite ready for that yet, elections will be coming up for club officer roles in May. So if you're not an officer or you think that you just need that little push, consider offering yourself. Either way, remember one of the tenets, one of the important things about Toastmasters is mentorship. You're not going to be alone. We have a unique support structure. I don't know if there's another organization that has the mentorship and support that we do. At every level, you have training, you have support, you have hand holding until you can stand. So just say yes. I look forward to seeing you all later this week. Well, Sunday actually, when we have our club officers training, and you will have another opportunity to hear our region advisor, Kim. Of course, our district leaders will have a special session with her. So please take full advantage of this visit that we have. And in our various groups, please keep the conversation going. Support one another, encourage one another. Sometimes we don't see it in ourselves, but someone sees it in you. So if you see it in someone, encourage them to say yes. And at this time, we will close. Thank you all for joining and have a good evening.
We say yes.
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 Yes, yes.
Thank you. This was a
you.
refreshing time.
It's the year of yes.
Okay, good to see you
Very
all.
good.
Bless
Good
you.
to see you all.
Take care.
Bye.
Everyone.
Blessings.
And you'll hear a
Bye,
little bit more
everyone.
about the
Bye.
transition and the changes.
Yeah.
Don't speak about it. It is very painful. Don't speak about it.
After all of that,
But it
after
doesn't
all of
have
that,
to be
Professor Derek,
painful.
it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be.
y'all understand, I won't be able to disturb DTM Tashi how I want to anymore. That's what
Oh,
y'all not understanding. I won't be
oh
able to.
God.
You'll find somebody else to disturb.
No,
I know that.
You, Karen.
no. I'll have to be more mature now because I am ascending. I can't be doing that. So
Okay.
the DTM Tashi won't be enough. DTM virus, how are you?
I'm
DTM
good. At least you can behave yourself. You get a
Somebody has to rein him in. Somebody
Oh
has to
my!
rein him in.
You
Y'all
have to behave yourself.
have me very bad. This is awful.
No, not at all. We love you.
No, we have you as
Get
you
me
are.
sweetheart.
A wonderful,
We love you.
wonderful person. Our division director,
Everyone.
sweet
Okay.
Tyreek.
Bye, Kim. Bye-bye, my
Bless
dear.
you. Take care.
All the very best.
Bye,
Bye.
all.
Bye,
Guys,
good
love you,
Take
love
night.
you.
care.
Bye. You'll be
Good
Bye,
hearing
night,
from us.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
On a
Bye.
successful session. Bye.
Y'all, did
Oh,
anybody take a
Professor
photo?
Janet.
Oh
No,
man, no photos.
we can grab one from the.
That screen, but
If we can
Forgot.
grab one from the recording.